Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Michael Dean, always with the extension at the end.
Yeah, he really pointed.
Really pointed.
He's like
Thank
the
you.
softball ump that's taking it way too seriously.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Yeah. He's such a dad. I love it. Welcome to DBL. It's Friday, December 11th. I'm Tori here with Alan, Brandon, and Lindsay joins us from home. I don't know if you guys know, this is the 1030 panel right here.
Yeah.
The OG 1030 panel,
Wow.
and I'm so glad to see you guys. Huh?
Yes.
Lindsay's like,
Yeah,
yes.
this is
Happy
pretty
Hanukkah.
Classic show, exactly. Well, we do want to start with some good news.
Thanks for not acknowledging my happy Hanukkah. You just blew right through it.
Just blew right
so you
through
know
it,
what?
Tori.
Then no more Hanukkah acknowledgement to Tori.
Okay, fine.
Sharing it on my other
Thank you.
Jewish brothers and sisters.
L'Chag Sameach to you too.
Okay. I hope that was nice.
It was. We've got some really good news about the pandemic, guys. It looks like the FDA is ready to green-light Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. Here's what Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar said this morning on GMA.
We should be seeing the authorization of this first vaccine, and we'll, as you just said, we will work with Pfizer to get that shipped out, and so we could be seeing people getting vaccinated Monday, Tuesday of next week.
Oh my gosh, this vaccine cannot come soon enough, especially since it's just been really a dark week with record-breaking surge in cases and deaths across America. And get this, the U.S. Marshal Service revealed yesterday they're going to be protecting the vaccine as it's distributed across the country. When I said yesterday, I hope you see the Festival of Lights as a light in the darkness, let's be honest, the vaccine is a light in the darkness. Lindsay, happy doesn't even begin to describe it with the sense of relief. How are you feeling?
And Lindsay, please answer just like Tori posed the question in the form of an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
What? Well, listen, I'm really happy about this news because it's the holiday season and I've been really not feeling like it's the holiday season, trying to cheer up with all this negative news, and the vaccine is like the positive silver lining in it all. So just knowing that we're on the other side of this and we might have some more tragedy, but we are coming up with a solution that seems effective, actually 95% effective, and hopefully everybody does their due diligence and takes the vaccine. I'm really excited to know that next Monday or Tuesday is when we start rolling the ball towards a decision and moving forward.
So anyone else, do you have anything to say other than that is beautifully said?
Well, it was just, you mentioned yesterday on the show how Ellen contracted COVID. Before we had this vaccine or any hope of vaccine, you automatically thinking, oh, this is a death sentence for someone around that age. But now we have this hope, this glimmer because of the vaccine. So, and not just to Ellen, just our grandparents, other people out there. So like Lindsay said, once we can get this
and let me
ball
just
rolling.
say this, and I know we got to keep moving, but Brandon, I want to get your thought on this. I know we don't talk sports on the show, but I think it's kind of relevant because we always talk about how either you die or everybody goes, you're fine. It's only a 1%. Stop blowing this out of proportion. Yesterday, Cam Newton, who plays for the New England Patriots, was one of the best players in the league at one time. Yeah. He had a terrible game. He was benched. He started the season really well, got COVID. He's now playing terribly. Ezekiel Elliott, who's a running back on the Dallas Cowboys, who's on the cover of Madden, one of the best players in the league, he's had a terrible season. Started the season with COVID. Larry Fitzgerald, the wide receiver, had an article yesterday that I sent to you and Jeff saying that he lost 9 pounds. These are professional athletes. Lost 9 pounds and still can't smell. So there's a lot of other issues that go around this. And I think we're like literally seeing that, and everybody's like, Cam Newton's playing terribly. What happened to him? He got COVID. Ezekiel Elliott is playing terribly. He's the best running back in the league. He got COVID. He's about to get beat. Both these guys are going to get benched. These are guys going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Al, just to end this, they call those the long haulers, the people who have effects of COVID after they've recovered, and they're now saying it also has heart issues, and people are exercising and they're dropping dead from that because there's a heart problem. So it is not something to take lightly at all, and we're just glad that finally there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Well, for the first time in a totally different gear here, in 130 years, the U.S. has carried out an execution during a presidential lame duck period. 40-year-old Brandon Bernard was executed last night by lethal injection in Indiana for his part in the killings of a religious couple from Iowa. He was a teenager when the crime was committed. He was one of 5 executions that are planned before President-elect Joe Biden takes office. I believe there's one tonight. Bernard's execution went forward despite appeals from criminal justice advocates and celebrities like Kim Kardashian. Kim tweeted this about the execution, saying, "I'm so messed up right now. He was such a reformed person, so helpful and positive until the end. More importantly, he is sorry, so sorry for the hurt and pain he caused others." She went on to say, "This just has to change. Our system is so bleeped up." I want to make it very clear here that the Supreme Court in many ways has ruled since he was put away that 18-year-olds don't have the same brain or neuroscience as, let's say, a 22-year-old. Therefore, they are no longer allowed to get mandatory life in prison without parole or the death sentence. So this has now been mooted over something else. I am completely against the death penalty. I'm strongly against it, and I want to go around the panel. Lindsay, how do you feel about the death penalty? I think if one person is wrongly executed, it's over. I think it has to be abolished, and I've marched to do so. Do you disagree with me?
I don't think anybody was clamoring for this execution or any of the ones that happened this year. There's been 9 since July, and we had a 17-year hiatus before that, but President Trump decided to let them continue to move forward. The biggest issue is that President Trump is on his way out, and a lot of people do not move forward with executions when a president is on their way out. They leave it up to the next administration to make those decisions. And so to watch this happen, and then at a disproportionate number to black people specifically, because a lot of people have been complaining about the fact that Dylan Roof and other people who've done mass shootings are still alive, walking around and not being put on death row. I think a lot of people have a bigger issue with this. It's just about the criminal justice reform that President Trump said he stood by, and a lot of people keep saying they're standing by. Well, then why are black people constantly getting killed in the system without looking through their case and understanding things like you just said, that when you're 18 and then years later, that we cannot put somebody on the death row for issues like that, but we let somebody shoot up an entire church and then eat Burger King afterwards. So I think that there's a longer conversation that we have to have about how we can reform this criminal justice system and not have it disproportionately affect people of color.
I completely agree. And just so you know, Dylan Roof is on death row, but he got such a different treatment that he's even trending now because of the difference of what happened to Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon, you were saying.
For Dylan Roof, is he scheduled to be executed by the state or is it federally? Because, I mean, it's kind of two different things. The state controls with the state, and federally, that's right now, that's Bill Barr and Trump. Al, I think there's so many, and Lindsay, thanks for touching up on this. There's so many sub-conversations when it comes to not only this issue with this man, with his case, but just the death penalty in its entirety. Tori, I told you this morning, I am for the death penalty if it comes to a Dylan Roof, if it comes to a school shooter. Now, you kind of made me walk back some of my comments because in a lot of these instances, people are reviewing cases and finding discrepancies in these cases, Al. So I would have to eat my words if the wrong person died. But I'm okay with the death penalty if someone like the guy who's supposed to die tonight, banging his 2-year-old daughter or son's head against a wall or a window to death.
The dashboard
I am okay.
To death,
I am sorry, and you can call me as inhumane as possible, but I picture my 2-year-old niece when I read that.
And just so you know, I feel what you feel, but I think the law has to be clear. There isn't, well, if he did it this way or if people saw it that way. To me, it has to be there is a death penalty or there isn't, because you're putting people to death.
And I think most people do what Brandon did and what I did before I talked to Tori is you're just like, yes, a Dylan Roof, somebody that obviously the Vegas shooter, somebody that did something obvious.
So clear.
But we sit at this table every week and do a Freedom Files with somebody that was completely railroaded. Every week. The president, the sitting president of the United States, took out a full-page ad in the New York Times saying the Central Park 5 should be executed. What if those are 5 innocent men? There have now been movies made. It's not even up for discussion. If he was in power, those young men would have been killed and forever had that brand of rapists when they were just kids in the park in New York in 1980.
How many black boys were killed, right? Electrocuted wrongfully. And if one person is wrongfully electrocuted or killed, I think the whole system has to be abolished. There isn't wiggle room for me here.
Yeah, we didn't just pick the 4 exonerated cases for Freedom Files. We could do that in perpetuity, 2 a day on the weekends and still not be done. It's a podcast. That's how many people are innocent. And it's usually, and the last person wasn't even black, because I don't want this to all be like, oh, you're defending black people. The last person we did was a young Hispanic boy that was 15, had never even even seen a woman, was then accused of raping and murdering one, and did 15 years of his life. He lost his 20s because of that.
And the dignity and everything.
It's always poor people.
Interesting discussion. Please write us in. A lot of you are writing in, disagreeing with us, agreeing with us. We're going to get to your comments. A little hard turn here, some happiness to end the segment on. Coming up. You do, because it's good.
Come on, Al, it's Friday.
All right,
It is. It's Friday. Coming up on DBL, the hilarious Roy Wood Jr. He's my favorite person to watch tweet and on The Daily Show. He's got the deets on his new holiday special on Comedy Central. Plus, the streaming competition is heating up with a major announcement from Disney. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Why Star Wars and Marvel fans are freaking out. Are you? Welcome back to DBL. With so many of us stuck at home, we're all turning to streaming services to help us pass the time and fill the void. And get this, Disney just made a huge announcement. It's a new slate of titles, many coming to its Disney Plus or Hulu streaming services. So let me run down the list here, right? The lineup includes 10 new Star Wars series, plus new movies, one of which will be directed by Patty Jenkins of Wonder Woman, making history as the first female director of a Star Wars film. There she is. Her father was a pilot, so she has always wanted to do this. That's Patty Jenkins walking
towards a fake plane?
No, it's a real plane. There will also be 10 new Marvel series, including a new Thor and a Black Panther movie.
What?
There's going to be a new Toy Story prequel called Lightyear with Chris Evans starring as Buzz Lightyear from before.
Isn't he already Captain America?
Yeah.
Is there just one dude available?
I know. Okay.
You know how many out-of-work actors
I'm not done with the script, Al.
Okay.
Okay. A new Indiana Jones movie with a 78-year-old Harrison Ford returning to reprise his role. And buckle up, because the Kardashians are set to release new content on Disney's Hulu, starting, I believe, in 2021.
Yes!
What do you think, Brandon?
No, I was joking to the Kardashian news, Al. No, but I see what you're saying about Chris Evans taking on being the Buzz Lightyear before he was, I guess, Buzz Lightyear. I like that. Maybe not the Chris Evans. I get the character choice or the actor choice. I get what you're saying, but that's creative, Al. That's you creating a backstory. I would like to be an actor one day. When I get roles, I have to go through and create a backstory, and that's what these writers and directors are doing. So I'm kind of all about this.
A lot of people think, though, and Lindsay, I want to get your opinion on this, we have no new stories. These are all washed over stories. Come up with something new, although I am looking forward to watching some streaming because there's nothing on. What do you think about that?
Listen, I feel like when I watch all these ads, I'm like, listen, are the movie theaters canceled forever? Because these are like high quality, like action-packed things that we would generally see, I feel like, in theaters. So I'm actually blown away. I like it. I think that a lot of people want to know the backstory of some of their favorite shows.
I'll just say this, because Tori's talking about, oh, we've all seen these stories before. When they try and start something new, people don't go. You know what people go to? Transformers, Superman,
Fast and the Furious.
All of these things have been around. I mean, Batman's been around since the 20s or 30s. So people kind of like to already know the storyline when they get in, and they don't want to reacclimate to new characters, and that's why we keep seeing the same things.
And just so you know, I think they're reading the room, Disney, because we all have so many eyeballs waiting for content, and they've read the room, and they're giving us what we need. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Just watch DBL. That's all the content you need right there.
There you go.
Woo!
Brandon, hard sell.
Al, coming up on DBL, Al's interview with comedian and Daily Show correspondent Roy Wood Jr. How he's bringing the laughs this holiday season with a new Comedy Central special.
Welcome back to DBL. Are you one of the millions stuck at home this December? Well, that's okay, because my friend Roy Wood Jr. is here to help as host of Comedy Central's holiday programming block. 31 more days of being home for the holidays. Take a look. First, I want to ask you about The Daily Show. You've been a correspondent since 2015. Do you ever get sick of covering politics? And what advice would you have for our viewers that have to cope with politics and maybe even interact with family members that think differently?
Al Jackson, I'm on your television program in a Christmas suit with a Santa hat. Do you understand how happy I am right now to look this crazy for a change, instead of, yes, please tell me about the pain and struggle and the horrible policies that you've had to endure, as I struggle to find a joke about all of that without offending you. It's fun to take a break, man. It's fun to be able to take a breather from it. For the people that's going home for the holiday, first off, if you're gonna go home, the last thing you need to be doing is hollering at each other and spitting COVID across the table. At least whisper y'all just text each other.
Just text under the table.
Don't face the person you are. Then stand side by side. Look, I don't know what's gonna happen in January. You know, you don't know who's gonna get the vaccine. Biden done broke his foot. Have we even put out all the forest fires yet? I'm scared, Al. Okay? I'm scared. Hey, I'm Roy Wood Jr., and welcome to my dome away from home. Back up, you're a little too close, 6 feet. So, you know, it's cool to take a break from it, man, and that's all we're doing with this programming block for the next month.
Hey, that's a good idea, and I'm on behalf of everybody, I hope that they take your advice because everybody needs a break. It's been a crazy year. You're not going to win an argument at the dinner table. You're not. So just pass the greens, and we'll talk about politics on January 2nd.
Exactly. Just let it pass and just wait for the COVID vaccine. Al, if you had a choice between getting the COVID vaccine or the PlayStation 5, which one would you go get right now?
I would want my character in PlayStation 5 to go get the vaccine. Like whoever I'm controlling in Call of Duty, he goes and gets it. And I'll see what happens to my character, and I'll be like, he seems cool. His energy stayed up. That's how I'm going to do it.
Why are black people so scared of the vaccine?
Now, Roy, you were hosting Comedy Central's 31 Days of Being Home for the Holidays. Now, when you were a kid, and I know the answer to this for me, what was the most memorable gift you got from Santa Claus and why?
The most memorable gift would be this Power Wheel Bigfoot. Bigfoot was the OG grave digger when it comes to monster truck racing. And so they had the battery powered little kid cars. And I got a Bigfoot at age 4. I'll never forget it. And I took it outside, and one of my grandma's neighbors, this kid named Kwame Walls, got too aggressive with the steering wheel and broke the steering wheel from the drive shaft, and it never ran again. I had that Christmas gift for all of 45 minutes.
Roy, we never have enough time with you. I just want to thank you for chatting it up with me, with us here at DBL. Everybody, our viewers, our DBL family, don't forget to watch Comedy Central's holiday programming all December long. Roy is in a bubble. Just watch for that. This is the new Black Santa. I'm appointing you new Black Santa. You are my Santa. You are going to be on the top of my Christmas tree all December long. Roy, I love you as a brother, and I'm just so proud of you. You're doing your thing, man. Keep it up. Thanks for coming on DBL. We'll be right back.
Black Santa got to wear a business casual suit in case he get pulled over in his sled. You know I'm working.
Promotional consideration.
Welcome back to DBL. Staying safe on the road during winter can be a tough task. Some of the most common mistakes people make can easily be avoided, and we're pointing them out to help you stay safe on DBL's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. So first, it may seem simple, but driving too fast or too slow can cause big problems in the snow. Next, your tires are what grip your car to the road. Make sure the tread on them is still good. And this one may seem obvious, but make sure to clear your car of all ice and snow before driving. Lastly, your car may have all-wheel capability, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can drive in terrible conditions. When it comes to driving, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. CarShield protects their members from the high costs of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. Good advice.
Can we brand that segment as Common Sense with CarShield?
It's very helpful.
Thank you.
It is. Just Me wrote in, and I appreciate this. Just Me said, the dilemma I have with the death penalty isn't ethical, it's economic. It takes a lot of money to incarcerate someone for life. We looked this up in the break, and to make sure, it actually costs more to execute someone than to incarcerate due to the grand jury convening, all the appeals that they have to go through. It's a much more expensive process. I didn't know that, so I thought I'd offer that as another reason for me to abolish. I would also rather pay than accidentally kill someone, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel.
I mean, the cost for efficacy, like you said, if we wrongly kill one person, then we've got that system wrong. So
that's my feeling.
And my issue is, like, whether it's the Central Park Five, whether it's the gentleman from the Justice Files that was a Hispanic man, or whether it was the guy from Making a Murderer.
Yeah.
They're all three different races, but what do they have in common? Socially, economically depressed, and you cannot fight the system when you have no money, and that's my fear.
Two different systems. Lindsay, thank you so much for being here. Your cute self and your cute face and your wonderful personality. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place. Bye, guys. DBL's new every day.
Thank you.